Here is your General Hospital spoilers sneak peek video for the week of January 19th to 23rd, 2026. Willow Tate managed to get away with it by using her soft voice, a few tears, and the words "my children" over and over again. Now, she walks out of the courthouse a free woman ready to celebrate at home when Nina brings a bottle of champagne. Somehow, Drew ends up on the floor looking shocked. Did the popped cork remind him of the gunshots that fateful night? Will Drew finally remember that Willow was the one who shot him? Willow seems to think that she is home free, especially when she and Drew share a toast, and she tells him, "To our future." What more does Willow have planned for her husband? Will he have a surprise planned for her as well? Sonny is determined to make sure that Michael does not go down for shooting Drew. He still thinks that Willow is innocent, but he is sure his son didn't do it either. To that end, he confronts Justine and asks what her next move is before assuring Michael that he'll take care of things. As for Michael, he has it out with Chase in the Quartermaine solarium. Michael still believes Willow is the one who shot Drew, while Chase is feeling rather cocky at the moment. That's a recipe for disaster, which is exactly what it becomes as their confrontation turns physical. Poor Emma is finally starting to realize that there is something off about the communication she has received from Anna over the last few months. None of it makes sense, and she's becoming quite worried. Emma has already tried to get information out of Jack Brennan, but that has gotten her nowhere, so she turns to Nathan for help. Since we are still not quite sure that Nathan is the old Nathan we know, that might not be the best idea. Over at Windermere, Anna thinks she is losing her mind, which is exactly what Pascal has planned. The General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, January 20th, 2026, focus on an encounter involving Michael and Chase that turns tense. In other news, Elizabeth and Lucas rush to action, and it's Britt's turn to ask Jason on a date. Now that the jury has deemed Willow not guilty, Chase must be feeling good about choosing his ex's side during the trial. After all, he went above and beyond to try and prove Willow's innocence. And he did it by disproving Michael's alibi. It's unsurprising that the two would have words now that Willow is free. The weekly spoilers reveal that Michael and Chase have a tense encounter in which Chase might point the finger at Michael for shooting Drew. At some point in the future, the detective will be eating his words. While Michael and Chase confront each other, Trina decides to confide in Ava. This may be Trina's opportunity to get another opinion on whether or not what she and Kai did was the right move. It wasn't just that they were at Drew's house the night of the shooting. It's the fact that they tampered with evidence and also figured out who shot the congressman. It'll be interesting to see if Trina tells Ava the identity of the shooter, as well as the fact that they turned to Alexis instead of the PCPD. Now that Director Cullen is in town to ensure things don't spiral out of control in Port Charles and on Spoon Island, he's making his will known. The teaser suggests that Cullen makes new orders. This could either have to do with Brennan, or perhaps it's about Britt moving on to Spoon Island to continue with the lab experiments. He could change his mind about what to do with Anna. He realizes that Anna doesn't live in a vacuum, and that, at some point, someone will take the initiative to find out where she is, right? Or maybe someone will find themselves in the right place at the wrong time and whereabouts. And in other Port Charles news, look for Elizabeth and Lucas to rush to action. Is someone in trouble? Meanwhile, for the moment, things are all good between Jason and Britt. During their recent date, they threw some axes and, of course, made a competition out of it. Now it's Britt's turn to put herself out there and ask Jason on a date. He seems to enjoy himself and even cracks a little bit of a smile when he's with her. How will he respond to Britt? General Hospital spoilers reveal that Emma Scorpio's rescue attempt will follow an Anna Devane sighting. Will this be part of WSB director Ross Cullum's traumatic wild goose chase? Anna already turned to Jack Brennan for help getting in touch with her grandmother, but Cullum informed Brennan that Anna seemingly vanished on her own. Of course, GH fans know that's not true since Anna is currently being held captive on Spoon Island. That said, there's been some talk about moving Anna since Britt Westbourne will be working at the lab on Spoon Island soon. If Anna is transferred to another location, there's the potential for her to be spotted in the process. However, that'd be awfully sloppy for a guy like Cullum, so maybe the Anna sighting that's coming up will be phony instead. Emma obviously won't just sit back and accept that Anna ran away willingly. Since Emma has been missing her grandma and struggling on her own, she'll remain desperate for a family reunion. That could be a problem for Cullum, so maybe he'll arrange for Anna to be allegedly spotted somewhere. Cullum might keep Emma busy with a wild goose chase that'll potentially end in disaster. Whatever the case, Emma will seek some assistance from Nathan West during the week of January 19th to 23rd. Since the WSB won't be providing the answers Emma needs about Anna's whereabouts, she may turn to the cops and work another angle. Emma may insist she knows her grandmother well enough to realize Anna wouldn't just run off and leave her family without any real contact, at least not if she could help it. Nathan may not be much help either, but Max Scorpio and Felicia Scorpio will help Emma with a rescue plot soon enough. Emma, Felicia, and Mac will all pitch in after Anna is supposedly spotted somewhere, but it'll result in a disturbing ordeal. Bottom line, an Anna sighting will become part of this storyline whether it's real or fake. Emma will race to assist Anna along with Felicia and Mac, but some alarming events will follow. Will Cullum fake Anna's demise to quash Emma's questions? Will Cullum create a wild goose chase that won't accomplish much of anything other than manipulating Emma and the rest of Anna's loved ones? Regardless, General Hospital spoilers say Giovanni Gio Palmieri will get updates on all the latest news and step up to support Emma along the way. General Hospital spoilers hint that Congressman Crooked, aka Drew Cain, could be in for a comeuppance. Who would take out the sleazy bad guy? How about slimy Jen Sidwell? In the January 13th GH episode, Sidwell acknowledged that Drew may not be up to the job of being in his pocket as a DC and PC politico. To this, another hired hand and basically unsuccessful plant, Jordan Ashford, told Jens that as an elected official, Drew can't be replaced with a snap of the fingers. Sidwell wasn't having it and asserted that he gets what he wants. Sidwell is a formidable man with powerful connections and a willingness to play in the mud. So, we have to believe that if Sidwell wants Drew gone, then Drew could face a fate similar to that of Professor Dalton. Maybe not as fatal a fate, but a downgrade in life nonetheless. What got Sidwell to thinking that Drew may not be all he needs in a stooge? His latest court antics went a long way toward convincing Jens that Drew is a loose cannon, and he has enough of those littering Windermere. Sidwell also has a vendetta against Sonny Corinthos, so he could try to kill Drew and frame Michael Corinthos for the crime. But Sidwell might decide to keep his hands clean and simply remove Drew from office. That wouldn't be too hard seeing as how Drew is despised in PC and a disgrace to much of the town. Not only is Drew going off in public, he is also chafing against Sidwell's demands, so it is telling that Sidwell told Jordan that he thinks of Drew as a liability. Sidwell doesn't play, so if he has spoken of disliking Drew, chances are he has been thinking about ways to neutralize him. Red-hot General Hospital spoilers tease that Sidwell cannot be underestimated. Will this mean curtains for Drew? Sidwell wants a loyal minion, and there are dozens of dirty peeps who would jump at a chance to get into a theoretical bed with Jens. Do you think that Ava Jerome is one of those people? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with General Hospital right now. Come back here often for the hottest GH updates, news, and spoilers. Get comfortable and gain access to the best soap intel on the web. General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 19th to 23rd indicate that Michael Corinthos and Harrison Chase will have a physical altercation, which will likely be over Willow Tate Kane's Not Guilty v. Jerd Dict. It wasn't overly shocking during the Friday, January 16th episode when the jury in Willow's trial came back with the not guilty decision. Of course, General Hospital fans recently learned that Willow was indeed the culprit who laid 2 gunshots into Drew Cain's back, a mystery that had been hanging over viewers' heads for a while now. As Willow can't be tried twice for the same crime, due to the double jeopardy legal ruling, it's clear that the drama will continue to unfold in Port Charles as this storyline takes an interesting turn. The ABC soap recently released its promo for the week of January 19th to 23rd, and there are plenty of interesting moments GH fans can look forward to. One such highlight was a clip of Michael and Chase fighting. In fact, in the video, Michael flips Chase over onto a table somewhere in the Quartermaine mansion. Michael then proceeds to punch Chase, so the two will have a very heated encounter at some point during the week of January 19th. It also doesn't take a rocket scientist to see what exactly they'll be arguing about. Chase literally placed his police career on the line to help defend Willow's innocence. He'll feel like a fool once he realizes that Willow did shoot Drew, but that's an entirely different topic than the one that is at hand. Not only did Chase attempt to gather evidence to prove his ex-wife's innocence, but he also worked hard to gather information that Michael was not only guilty of Drew's shooting, but also tried to frame Willow for Drew's shooting. Chase is way off base here, and as Michael will be upset enough over the fact that his wife got away with attempted murder, all eyes are now in his direction for Drew's shooting. Losing this case is a major blow to acting District Attorney Justine Turner's career, and she'll be foaming at the mouth to score a win with the next suspect. All the evidence now points to Michael, so it'll be a wrong place/wrong time situation for Chase if he confronts Michael in their home, the Q Mansion, and starts spewing vicious accusations Michael's way. Chase really should read the room before he confronts Michael, but he won't. Chase will likely gloat about how Michael tried to frame Willow but failed miserably. A shouting match will ensue next, but what will push Michael over the edge enough to act violently? All Chase needs to do is boast about how Michael stands to not only lose full custody, but also visitation rights to Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos, and all bets will be off. Plus, considering what happened to Michael the last time he landed in Pentonville, he'll be on pins and needles at the thought of going back to prison. Still, Chase mentioning the kids will trigger Michael's dark side, and it looks like things are about to get very ugly between the once best friends. General Hospital spoilers note that Michael is fiercely protective of his children, and he knows now there's a good chance that Wiley and Amelia will not only be exposed to Willow's lunacy, but Drew's as well, an influence he was desperate to keep them from. General Hospital spoilers for the next 3 weeks, January 19th to February 6th, reveal that a blizzard will be brewing while Emma Scorpio Drake sends out an SOS to Nathan West. Tracy Quartermaine will also recruit Jason Morgan while a paternity mess hangs over Portia Robinson. The week of January 19th to 23rd will leave all of Port Charles buzzing about Willow Kane's not guilty verdict. There will be questions about what this means for Michael Corinthos since his own alibi has fallen apart. Sonny Corinthos will make it clear that he's going to protect his son, but Michael will still face off with Harrison Chase for his part of the alibi destruction. Although Britt Westbourne will ask Jason to go out with her again, WSB director Ross Cullum may put a stop to their deepening romance. Britt will suddenly push Jason away and leave him worried about what's really going on. While Anna Devane deals with more Caesar Faison gaslighting and captivity, Emma will push for Nathan's help as she continues trying to track her grandma down. As for Tracy, she'll have a proposal for Jason. Tracy may have a few tricks up her sleeve when it comes to getting back the Quartermaine heirlooms and making Drew suffer, so we'll see how Jason might fit in. Next, it sounds like a crisis is looming at GH since Lucas Jones and Elizabeth Baldwin will race to help someone. The patient may wind up deceased or in critical condition since Lucas will share some heartbreaking news. There have been some fatal clues in Valentine Cassadine spoilers, so could he fall into some danger and pay the price? If that's the case, it could be Jen Sidwell's doing. We certainly wouldn't be surprised if Sidwell faked Valentine's death and forced him into the Protect like Britt. As for Jordan Ashford, she'll arrange an introduction. This might have something to do with Sidwell's plan to find a replacement congressman to fill Drew's shoes. During the week of January 26th to 30th, Emma could get some shocking Anna clues. There'll be an Anna sighting somewhere that leads to Emma, Max Scorpio, and Felicia Scorpio teaming up, but it'll presumably be more smoke and mirrors. Cullum may use this situation to send Emma down the wrong path and keep her from digging for the real story. Anna's rescue obviously won't go according to plan, so Emma will lean on Giovanni Gio Palmieri when it all goes wrong. Although Cody Bell and Molly Lansing Davis will grow closer, the countdown is on when it comes to more romantic snags. Molly's novel will lead to some surprising snags for this duo in the coming episodes. Jason will continue to face the walls that Britt puts back up, but they may come crumbling down once a snowstorm strands them. There's no word yet on exactly when the blizzard will transpire, but it'll no doubt be a big part of February sweeps. The week of February 2nd to 6th might bring some other stranded Port Charles residents as well, so it'll be interesting to see all the snowy predicaments. As for Willow, she'll prepare for the visitation hearing and hope for a family reunion. Will Drew force Alexis Davis to help Willow fight for time with her children? Of course, Willow will also have to fret over the possibility that Drew's shooter memory could come rushing back, so we'll see if any flashes or feelings start to affect him. Although Portia Robinson has been putting off the paternity test, she might finally cave in soon. Curtis Ashford will remain hopeful that the baby belongs to him, but Isaiah Gannon will keep hoping he's the father instead. Which baby daddy will win out, and will the paternity results be tampered with? General Hospital spoilers say some hot plots are about to get even hotter, so stay tuned for updates on all the excitement. General Hospital spoilers and updates for the week of January 19th tease Willow Kane's verdict brings shockwaves in Port Charles. Plus, desperate Emma Scorpio Drake turns to Nathan West for help, and Sonny Corinthos manipulates Ava Jerome. On Monday, January 19th, Willow's not guilty verdict brings shockwaves to Port Charles. Sonny visits Alexis Davis's office and learns from Suzanne that the verdict for Willow's trial has been reached, but she doesn't know the result. Suzanne is uncertain about the direction the verdict will take, yet Sonny remains hopeful that Willow will be acquitted for the benefit of everyone involved. Plus, Sonny makes a cryptic offer, while Drew Kane delivers a warning to Nina Reeves. Dante Falconeri remains conflicted while Anna Devane, still captive, is horrified to hear Caesar Faison's voice. Tuesday, January 20th, Elizabeth Baldwin and Lucas Jones find themselves rushing to action. It sounds like a big emergency at General Hospital. In the meantime, Britt Westbourne turns the tables on Jason Morgan as she asks him on a date this time. Elsewhere, a troubled Trina Robinson confides in Ava. Plus, Michael Corinthos and Harrison Chase have a tense encounter. And the duplicitous and sinister head of the WSB, Ross Cullum, issues new orders. On Wednesday, January 21st, Laura Collins is alarmed perhaps Cullum's new orders are to Jen Sidwell and affect her and her family members. Plus, WSB station head Jack Brennan briefs Jocelyn Jacks. Following the emergency that Lucas and Elizabeth attended to in Tuesday, January 20th's episode, he delivers devastating news. Elsewhere, Tracy Quartermain makes Jason an offer no one would be surprised if she wanted him to take out Drew. In the meantime, Nina advises Kai Taylor. Thursday, January 22nd, desperate Emma turns to Nathan for help, and this has to be about her missing grandma Anna. In the meantime, Britt is backed into a corner, but will it be by someone at Windermere, such as Swilwell or Pascal, or by Brennan? At the same time, Jason is suspicious possibly about why Tracy wants him to do what she asked him. Elsewhere, Brooklyn, Quartermain, Chase, and Chase discuss their future after Justine Turner's threatening Chase with jail time in Monday, January 19th episode. Plus, Lucas and Marco Rios are surprised by something. On Friday, January 23rd, Sonny will manipulate Ava. He's probably taking advantage of Sidwell's flirtation with her in order to access intel. In the meantime, Jason's concerned for Britt. More than likely, that concern is worry, even though he may not come out and admit it. Plus, Jordan Ashford brokers an introduction. Jocelyn will turn to an unlikely source for help in Friday's episode. Who might that be? Plus, Curtis Ashford will be relieved. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Nina Reeves will face some real shooter horror sooner or later. Will Willow Kane finally confess to her mom that she pulled the trigger on Drew Kane? At the moment, Willow is putting on an innocent act even when she's with Nina. Gage fans saw a flashback of Willow pulling the trigger on Drew twice, but she's pretending she's a victim who's been framed by Michael Corinthos. However, there may come a point when Willow will need someone to confide in. If Willow ever decides to come clean about the fact that she's the true shooter, she may blurt out a confession to Nina. It's even possible that Nina will find out another way, like if she overhears Trina Robinson spilling to Portia Robinson or something along those lines. Even Alexis Davis herself could ultimately admit to Nina that she knows Willow is guilty, even if she doesn't elaborate on how she knows that. We could imagine Nina uncovering the shooter truth somehow and sitting Willow down for an honest discussion. Nina might push Willow to divulge what really happened, so maybe it could finally pour out of Willow and give her a chance to get everything off her chest. Regardless, Nina vowed to support Willow unconditionally. Since Nina knows this could be her last chance to connect with her daughter, she doesn't intend to blow it. We have no doubt that Nina will keep quiet if Willow confesses to her about shooting Drew that stormy night. Willow might admit something inside her snapped and made her realize she had to make Drew pay for ruining her life. Although viewers have seen Willow's flashbacks, it'd be nice to actually hear her perspective too. If Willow makes a big confession to Nina at some point, she could share the whole ugly story and explain what was running through her mind. Will Nina become the keeper of Willow's secret at some point? Will Willow admit the truth to her mom and get Nina's vow to keep her mouth shut? General Hospital spoilers say Nina could face some shocking news after Willow's acquittal, so we'll bring you updates on all the drama.